What a great matchup it was on the weekend. Canadian National Championships, McMaster and York University, they danced once again, and champions York. And joining us right now, the third-year York U student and the goal scorer, Joey Cicchillo. Joey, welcome again, my friend.
Thanks for having me back, Anthony.
Pleasure to have you on. Joey, let's get right to it. What a game. It was a game that really had a lot of ups and downs. You got that first goal, and then we saw Jonathan Lau, unfortunately, miss that PK, and then you thought to yourself, boy, oh boy, Mac's going to make a push. It was like a roller coaster. Let's talk about your big goal, I'm sure the biggest in your career, and then give us your thoughts on the remainder of that game.
Well, I thought we came out pretty strong, back and forth a little bit. For the goal, Casey just, whipped the ball into the box, and we won a header, I'm pretty sure. It was just bouncing around, just mayhem in the box, and luckily it just came over to me. I got the right amount of power on it and just took it into the corner, and it was, as you said, it's the biggest goal of my career, and it was an amazing feeling.
Joey, it was a physical game. It was absolutely blistering cold out there. The conditions weren't the greatest, and you guys played a lot of games in a short period of time. It had to take a toll on your body, on your teammates' body, but also mentally. Mentally at halftime, what did head coach Carmen Asako say to you boys to keep you focused, knowing that, hey, we still got a full half, 45 minutes before we can start to celebrate? What was said?
Yeah, he just went over how much work we put in the off season, in the preseason, just the whole season in general. How just if we just come together, just 45 more minutes, just play some hard defense, still play our game, how we can just push and get this gold medal. And I think we did exactly that. So his main point was just stay together, stick together through this one, and just play defensively, get back, work hard, and luckily we did just that.
Joey, what was important that I noticed about this York team from teams in the past that maybe didn't finish the job, but we know that they were national champions a few years ago, but were knocking on the door last year and the year before and didn't get it done. But this year, I noticed a difference on this squad. There was a synergy. There was a unity. There was a lot of guys that were really bonding together at the right time for the right cause. I remember saying to myself, watching this team in the midseason, I says, it looks like it's one family, one mission, one goal, and one direction. Are those words accurate in describing your team?
100%. I think this started back in the summer for preseason, working with Vaughan Azzurri in League One. We were all together from then, and I think that bond started from there. We got really comfortable with each other. All the guys really get along on the field and off the field as well. So, it's just like one big family, and, spending all that time together, eventually we start to sync, and thankfully at this point in the season, it stayed together, and just a great bunch of guys. I wouldn't want it any other way.
You were solid in the mid, you were solid up front, but let's give it to your guys in the back end there. I mean, there was a lot of guys that were playing their hearts out for you, and a lot of times the goal scorer like yourself and midfielders get all the glory and all the glitz and the glamour, but they forget that the brick wall behind you helped you guys to maintain that lead that you had. Talk about your back end there with your keeper.
To start off with Colin Vance, had some time on the bench to learn from Sotiri in the years before, but we had no doubt in our mind this season when he was the number one keeper for the job. We had no doubt. We know he's a hardworking guy. We know that he's going to get the job done. And from him starting out, he just commands the back line there. And I think the two big men in the middle are the ones that they're the real the central focal point of our team. They just keep us all together. They win those battles in the air that when you dig down, you need those guys on the team to just get in there and do the dirty work type of thing. And they were with us from the beginning to the end, and they were, again, as you said, probably our strongest point on the team going into this tournament.
Let's talk, Joey, about the coaching staff. We know that Carmen Asako, winning Coach of the Year, has done tremendous work in the offseason, during the season, in winning the ultimate prize, the national championship. But I think a lot of times the guys in the backgrounds that don't get enough respect and enough, going their way. Like a guy who I'm thinking about is Branco and maybe Luca Forno and some of the other guys. Talk about some of these other guys that really do a lot of the work behind the scenes to help you guys.
Well, it's great having these guys like Jamal, Bronco, and Luca, because they've been in our situation before. They've been playing on the team, and they have won national championships. So it's good to get that player recognition. Having players like Jamal, who's played in the back, Bronco, that's played in the back. Coaching the defense from a personal point of view because they've been in that same situation. Luca, who played in my position as well, he's always there giving me little pointers during the game, during practice. And I think in the national championships, he gave me some of the most important advice. Just to stick it out, take fouls when need be, and just how to use my body. Since me and him are like the smaller guys on the field, and just how to use that to our advantage.
Now, Joe, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think you guys lost the game this year. Did you lose one or tie one? What was your record overall?
I think we played 24 games and we had 22 wins and just 2 ties.
Wow, unbelievable. So I was right that you guys didn't lose any games all season long. That is outstanding, possibly a record if I'm not mistaken. If not, what a record it was. Joey, here on Red Card, we tell it the way it is. We don't sugarcoat it. So I'm going to put you right on the hot seat, and I'm going to ask you a simple question. I've seen you at League One. You've scored some electric, outstanding goals in your season there with Vaughan. You score the game-winning goal in the national championship at university level. What is the next step for Joey Cicchillo? Is it possibly an opportunity in Europe, in MLS, in NESL? Do you want to test yourself to play with the best of the best in North America or in Europe? What's up next for Joey Cicchillo?
Right now, just taking it day by day in the off season. We're probably going to start hitting the gym at York, start doing some technical work. As for my future in soccer, whatever comes, I know that I would like to play at a higher level, and I'm training every day at my hardest. So if an opportunity comes, then yes, I'm definitely going to take it, depending on what it is, of course. But as of now, York is my future. Playing for Vaughan in the summer is my future. And if anyone has any offers, then more than welcome to hear them out.
Is it your desire, preferably, to stay here in North America to test the waters in the NESL, maybe MLS, or would you prefer to really take that big jump and go overseas to Europe and maybe in a second-tier team, maybe on a team that maybe can groom you and develop you in a first-tier team in a European country? What would it be?
Well, for me, thinking about it, I would like to stay in North America. Chance were to come to go overseas to Europe, then obviously I would take it. But I think my chances are better off in North America, just because I've played at this level. I know that the levels going forward are definitely more of a challenge. But I think I'm up for the task for anything.
Joey, just before we let you go, we always have players from all over our show, whether Europe, MLS, NESL. We've had players on worldwide, and we ask them just before we let them go to give a tip or two to the youngsters out there. I've watched you play. You play with passion, you play with desire, you play with no fear, and you give it everything you've got. Whether it's in a game, I've seen you in training as well, you do it the same way. What do you want to say to the kids that maybe don't get the respect from their coaches, that are on the bench, are not getting the playing time, are not getting that respect? You've come a long way. I remember talking to some of your youth coaches, and you never said never. What would you say to the kids out there?
And just to keep pushing, no matter what the situation may be. If they're looking to fight for playing time, you gotta show your coach on the field what you're made of. And the biggest thing for me growing up was just giving it my all, and stemming back from my parents. Their whole thing was have fun with it, try your best, and I think that's the best advice I can give any kid playing any sport. Just have fun, do your best. There's no shame in coming off the field, whether you play good or bad. If you give it your all, then there's not much more you can ask.
Well said. And as you scored that goal, and then at the final whistle when you celebrated, what was going through your mind? Who were you thinking about? What were you thinking about at that time? Was there someone that you really thought that you wish could have been there to celebrate it with you? Who did you make that first phone call to?
Right after, just getting all these messages in, the first person I messaged was just my parents, just saying, thanks for everything. I love you guys. I'll see you soon coming back on the flight home. But honestly, after that experience, just thinking about my teammates and all the work we put in, throughout, the guys that have been on the team from before, the guys that just came to the team, just how we all came together and how we can finally celebrate.
Joey, congratulations to you and all your teammates on York University. National champions. What a season. 2 ties, no losses. Unbelievable record, and I'm pretty sure You guys did this all for one another, and a special reason for Coach Carmen Asako for you guys to play for, knowing what he has gone through in the last month or so, put you guys over that top. Well done. Congratulations, Joe, and hopefully we'll talk to you in 2015 with League One in Vaughan once again.
Thank you so much, Anthony.